And we want to welcome you back to the Owatonna Coaches Show. Again, you can find the Owatonna Coaches Show on local cable here in Owatonna, channels 8 and 20, blip.tv on the internet. And if you're out looking at any of the Facebook pages for Owatonna Wrestling, Owatonna Hockey, or Youth First, you should be able to find the YouTube segments that are linked out there. Today we're doing a Steele County Blades segment, and we're excited about doing our first segment with the Blades, our new junior hockey team. And we want to first off mention all the sponsors and thank you to all these Steele County Blades sponsors: Community Bank Owatonna, the Owatonna Chiropractic Association, which is Dow Chiropractic, McGregor Chiropractic, Cedar Chiropractic, and Bridge Street Chiropractic. The docs are the official doctors of the Steele County Blades this year. Quiznos, JC Press, Event Exposure, Legacy Signs, Subway, MC Fitness, the official workout center of the Blades, Trelo Inc., the Colonel Restaurant, and Straight River Sports, who's done a lot of outfitting for the Blades. And so I'm excited today to introduce you to the head coach for the Steele County Blades, John Jonasson. So how's Coach today?
It's good. Coach is good today.
Yeah, awesome.
Coach is good.
Well, I appreciate you taking a little time, and it's kind of fun to be down here in the locker room just off your office and give the folks a little, that haven't seen it, maybe a little different viewpoint of what's going on with Blades hockey. So, so tell us, I don't know how many of our viewers that maybe are familiar with you yet. I know, again, we want to mention that you can get your copy of the hockey book, and there's a nice bio in here for you and Coach Murphy and the kids and the roster, that kind of stuff. But maybe tell us a little bit about where you're from. And
I'm originally from Bloomington. I grew up in Bloomington, played high school hockey for Bloomington Kennedy. Played a few years of juniors, went the minor route for a little bit, and after that I took on coaching. Went out to Phoenix, coached a junior A team out there with another guy for about a year, and then last year I coached actually a Bantam A team in Chaska and was director of scouting for another junior team out in Wyoming before I came here this year. So I've been around, been a suitcase for the last couple of years.
Yeah. And so now I understand you're married.
Yep.
First child on the way, like any day.
Any day. Could be the next 5 minutes for all I know.
So if the beeper goes off, we're going to have to cut the segment short. Huh? Okay, wow, crazy. Well, so this is your first full year as a head coach then in the
juniors,
system, in the juniors. And first full year of anything, it's a big learning curve, right? So
absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about maybe some of the things you have learned so far.
There's definitely a learning curve. I mean, you're learning players' personalities to a higher level than when you're assistant coach. You have to understand the guys more, running practices, having games ready. You have to put a lot more time into it than what you're used to, and it's definitely every day I learn something new, that's for sure, and I'm sure I will for the rest of my career, and I think this year's the start of that. So
yeah. So what's been like one of the big positives that maybe has come out of it that you weren't expecting?
I think as a new team, a new program playing in an established league against some established teams, I think that where we sit right now I'm pretty happy about. I think, we're just below 500. In the last couple of weeks we became below 500. But to be where we're at right now, the development from the team from the beginning of the season to now is, it's pretty rewarding. And, we still have about 8 weeks left and hoping to make that push towards the end of the year.
So give us you talk about 8 weeks left. So where are you really in the standings now? Because there's two divisions to the league, right? There's a Minnesota and a Wisconsin division.
Yep, and we just watched the Minnesota division. We're in 6th place right now. Out of the 8 teams in our division, we're 4 or 5 points. 5 points right now out of 5th place, and it's a pretty close gap between us and 4th place right now, and that's what we're pushing towards. We have 9 games left, and we actually play the teams that we need to beat and we should beat in the rest of the season. So we could actually make that push and even possibly end up in 3rd place if we win out.
Oh, cool! So very cool.
It's definitely a close race.
Yeah. So you mentioned also the playoffs, and I don't know how that works now. Does everybody get into the playoffs?
Yep, everyone in our division makes it. It's standard, like 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, and so on. And we're hoping to move up in standings so we don't have to go to Wisconsin in our first round of playoffs. And so that's our number one goal, and seed higher so we have a better opportunity to go to nationals.
Okay. So then so you've got your Minnesota division, your Wisconsin division. So within your Minnesota division is how that playoff situation works. And then is it single elimination?
Nope. It's you play a 3-game series. You usually play 1-1-1. I think is what we'll be doing the first series, and then after I believe the top 2 teams from our division and the top 2 teams from the Great Lakes division will be playing a 4-game series. against each other to see who wins the whole league.
Okay.
And they're trying to format that right now, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going to be happening.
So then if you would happen to get to that point and win through that, then is that where you have the national?
Yep. In the past, what the league has done is the top 2 teams from our league go to nationals. My guess is they're going to do the same thing this year. Top 2 from our division go nationals. The top team from their division goes to nationals.
Okay. So there must be other junior leagues then around at the same level of juniors.
There's about 5 leagues that bring teams in, and usually they have about 10 to 12 teams in nationals.
Oh, cool.
So we have 9 games left right now, but it could be 20 by the end of the season. So
yeah. So when's the next home game?
The next home game is in 2 weeks, not this weekend, but the following Saturday.
Okay. So again, we want to mention, folks, if they haven't been to a Blades game, it's really, it's a lot of fun here. It's a good atmosphere in the 4 seasons. And
and it's a little different than high school hockey. I mean, sometimes some fights break out and guys get chippy, but I mean, it's really fast paced, and these players are really talented.
Yeah.
They're from all over the country, and they're here for one reason, that's to play hockey. So I mean, they're going to give you a good show.
So you mentioned on your roster you do have guys that are literally from coast to coast, pretty much, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Who are the local? I know you have a few local guys that are.
We have Tyler Jensch, Justin Brown, and James Wagner.
Okay, who are all local Owatonna kids.
They all played Owatonna High School. Or I know Wagner played a year of Owatonna High School here before he went off, and I think Jensch and Brown were captains last year of the high school team, so they represent the community well.
Yeah, good. And then I know there's a couple of the current high school players that played with you before early in the season. Will they come back later in the year?
I mean, that's the plan. It's really up to them. It's a pretty long year for them. If they don't want to, I understand, because they want to probably take a break from hockey, but it can get burnt out. But we gave them the offer to come back after the high school season's over and come practice with us and help us make that push towards the playoffs. So there's a possibility they could be back at the end of February.
I know I've had a chance to talk to a few of your guys. Is it Adam Carlson? Is he the goalie from Edina?
Yep.
Really great kid.
Yeah,
really
he's
fun
awesome
to talk to. And has he been kind of your primary goalie this year?
Yeah, he has. He's came up big quite a few times. He's a kid that we picked up from North Iowa in a trade, and I mean, ever since he's been here, he's been the leader of the team, and he comes up huge every game. I mean, it's tough to get the puck by him, and he's definitely. I know last month he was a goalie of the month for the league.
Oh,
and
great.
I mean, he's continuing to get better and better, so it's helping the team, that's for sure.
Well, who else would be considered kind of leaders for you guys right now?
Right now, actually, Brown is one of our captains right now, and we got Soika. He's one of our top scorers right now. Jamie Philbin, he's one of the top scorers right now. Wagner, he's one of our top defensemen, and a kid named Zach Steik from LeSueur, he's one of our top defensemen too. And those guys are the guys that we kind of lean on in games, and they get everyone going, and guys kind of jump on their backs.
Yeah, cool. So the excuse me, when was the last? You just played recently, I think.
Yeah, we played this last Sunday. We played the Dallas Ducks. They're in 3rd place. We gave them a good game. I think we just came up short at the end. I think we lost 4-3, and I mean, it was a tight game, but I think the guys are starting to understand what they have to do to win those huge games.
Sure. And I know it sounded like the last home game you had here wasn't that an overtime or a shootout?
Yeah, last Friday. Yep. Because it was.
Heard a lot about that.
It was a rough one. I mean, it was a game that we should have won, and guys came out flat, and they definitely took it to us, and they caught us on a bad night and lost in a shootout. Luckily, we took a point away from it, but at the same time, I mean, those are games we have to win to make a run for playoffs.
So with the playoff, when you talk about the points and the standings and all that, is it just the wins and losses, or do you get points no matter what? And then
nope,
it's total, or how does that work?
You get 2 points for a win, 1 point for a shootout or overtime loss, and then 0 points for a loss.
Okay, cool. So the next game, your most current coming up here, you're traveling stuff?
Yep, we go to Edina this Saturday, and then we're back here against them the following Saturday.
Okay, awesome. Well, good. Well, appreciate your time. We'll try to get back together and kind of catch up to you again between now and that playoff run.
Absolutely.
And maybe try to continue to keep the folks out here abreast of what's going on.
Yeah, let's get some people out here in the
stands.
stands.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. And so, again, as our audience, just, if you get a chance, if you haven't been, make sure you at least catch one of the next home games, because it is really a lot of fun. It's another level of hockey even beyond the high school, which is just a different entertainment experience. So, yeah, we want to thank you for watching the Owatonna Coaches Show. My name is Mark Arjes. You can see the Coaches Show on channels 8 and 20, blip.tv on the internet, and check out OwatonnaHockey.com or the Facebook pages for Owatonna Hockey, Owatonna Wrestling, and Youth First. We'll see you next time.